Hello students, today I'm going to teach you lesson 1.3 from the English Kumar Bharati textbook for standard 9. Have you ever seen? So come along then, let's read and understand it. This video was made just for you. Do remember to like, share and subscribe. Before we begin reading the poem, let's go through the warm-up exercise. 1. Words that have the same spelling but differ in meaning when used in different contexts are called homographs. Now what this means is there are many words in the English language which have the same spelling but the meaning will be different. So such words are called homographs. Let's understand this with the help of some examples. A temple fair attracts a lot of crowd. Her performance in the test was fair. Now, if you look at these words, fair and fair, they both have the same spelling, but they differ in the meaning. Now, this fair means a large gathering where buyers and sellers come together to trade, as well as there are other rides and entertainers to entertain the crowd while they shop. So this is called a fair, which normally happens near a temple or a religious function. And the other fair over here means her performance in the test was fair. That means it was average, not very good, not very bad. So can you see, children? So here we have words with the same spelling, but they have different meanings. Now let's go through the second example. A rose is a king of flowers. The sun rose with a golden glow. Here the rose signifies the flower, the rose. It is called the king of the flowers. Here rose is said to be a verb, so acts like a verb. That is, it is a past tense of rise. So the sun rose with a golden glow. So we saw another example with the same spelling but different meanings. Now think of 5 homographs and list them below. Then write 2 sentences of your own to bring out the difference in the meanings. So you can write them 5 more examples and the sentences. 2. When words with the same spelling or pronunciation are used in such a way that they convey more than one meaning, the figure of speech involved is called pun. A pun is a play upon words. So just like we just saw homographs, so what do is we take the homographs, that is words with the same spelling, and we try to twist and turn so that it makes a funny sentence. For example, a person A says, "Hello, how's life?" B replies, "Hell, oh, it's a strive." So here the word hello and hello, they both are spelled the same, and if you listen carefully, they may be pronounced also the same, they may sound the same, but here they differ in the meaning totally. One is saying hello and the other is saying hell, oh, 2 words. So find other examples of pun. With the help of your parents or teachers, you could also make use of the internet, and you can jot down the 4 examples here. 3. In poetry, when a question is asked not to get an answer but to emphasize a point or fact, it is an example of interrogation. So in poetry, we have seen and read many a times when the poet is asking a question. So here the intention of the poet is not to get an answer but to emphasize on certain facts or emphasize on what he wants to say, to stress on a particular point or an idea that he wants to convey. So such examples are called interrogation and they come under the figure of speech. For example, when can their glory fade? Isn't it time for the autumn's glow? From a popular book of poems, The Internet, write down 3 to 4 examples of interrogation used in the poetry. You can check your answers by visiting our website at www.jkacademypro.com. You'll get the link in the description box below. Now let's read the poem and understand it. Have you ever seen? It is a poem by an anonymous poet. That means we do not know the name of the poet. Yet we can enjoy this very beautiful poem wherein the poet has made beautiful use of the words and he has made use of the pun. That is, he has done play of words by making use of the homographs and giving us a beautiful poem. So let's read it. Have you ever seen a sheet on a river bed? Now here the bed is the piece of furniture where we sleep, and river bed could also mean the base of the river. So sheet, we put a bed sheet on our beds, isn't it? So here the poet is asking us, have you ever seen a sheet on a river bed? So we haven't seen a sheet on the river bed, isn't it? Or a single hair from a hammer's head. So hammer is an instrument where you have to use it to put the nail into the wall. So hammer has a head. So head of the hammer. Does it have a single hair? So here the poet is asking us, does it have a hair on the hammer's head? So why is it called a head? Has the foot of a mountain any toes? So foot of the mountain is a base of the mountain. We also call foot to the part of our leg, okay, the end part of our leg, so which has toes. So here the poet wants to know, why is it called the foot of the mountain? Does the mountain have toes? And is there a pair of garden hose? So pair means two. Now garden hose is a flexible tube wherein water is sprayed to the plants in the garden. So and a hose also means a stocking or tights which is used to cover the legs. So we always say pair of tights or pair of stockings. So here the poet wants to know, why is it called a garden hose? Is it in pairs? Does it come in pairs? Does it come always in twos? Let's read the second stanza and enjoy it. Here the poet asks us, does the needle ever wink its eye? So we know that a needle has an eye of the needle where we put the thread, isn't it? So here eye is compared to the part of our body where we can see. So we wink, no, isn't it? We wink with the eyes. So the poet wants to know, why is it called an eye of the needle? Does it wink? Why doesn't the wing of a building fly? So buildings, those have parts of the building. Sometimes they are named A, B, C, A wing, B wing, C wing. So the wing is also the part of a bird, isn't it, which helps it to fly. So why is the building, the part of the building called a wing? Does the building fly? Can you tickle the ribs of a parasol? Now ribs are the part of our body, isn't it? It forms the chest cavity to protect the internal organs, especially the heart. But parasol is the umbrella. So it has sticks, the umbrella, isn't it? When we open the umbrella. So those little sticks, okay, metal sticks are called ribs. So when we tickle our ribs, we feel funny, isn't it? So he wants to know that the parasol, does it have ribs so that we can tickle it or open the trunk of a tree at all? Now trunk is a big box where things are kept, okay, so we can open and close it. Now the tree trunk, that is the part of the tree, the main part of the tree, is called a trunk. So the poet wants to know, why is the tree trunk called a tree trunk? Can you open and close it just like the trunk that we have, the metal box that we have? Let's read the third stanza. The teeth of a rake ever going to bite? So here the poet says that teeth of a rake. Rake is a instrument where it's a garden tool where it has spike like things for it so that you can pull the leaves to one side, okay, collect the leaves with it. So those are called the teeth of the rake. Now we also have teeth, isn't it, to bite. So the poet wants to know, why are the the spikes of the rake called the teeth? Have the hands of a clock any left or right? Now we know that the clock has a hands and we also have hands. We call one side, the left side, and the right side. So the poet wants to know why is the clock hands called the hands of the clock. Does it have right, left, anything? Can the garden plot be deep and dark? Now, the word plot has two meanings. One could be a piece of land, and the other is the word plot is also used to mean an evil or wicked plan. So, the poet wants to know why is it called a garden plot? Sorry, can the garden plot be deep and dark? Can it be having something evil in it? And what is the sound of the birch's bark? The birch is a tree, and bark has, again, two ways, two things that we can say it about. So, bark could be the sound of an animal, that is, especially the dog, and bark is the outer covering of the tree trunk. So, here the poet is saying, why is it called a bark? Does it make some sound? Students, do solve the English workshop that is given to you at the end of this poem. And to check your answers, you can visit our website at www.jkacademypro.com. You'll get the link in the description box below. If you have enjoyed this poem, do remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.